Hammer subscribers and viewers. Tonight's episode of APN's Jersey Shore podcast will not be streaming. Our scheduled host, Damon the Hammer Galdo, is a nominee for New Jersey Congress and is currently speaking at a New Jersey GOP event. Thank you for your understanding, and you for being a loyal subscriber and viewer. APN's Jersey Shore podcast will air this Friday at 8 p.m. Eastern Time.
There he is. Anthony Smith.
Okay, welcome let me actually use the microphone probably.
Do you have to?
What?
No, go ahead.
Oh.
That's what I say. Go ahead. You do what you want.
Well, welcome everybody to the meeting today. I'm sorry that there's not more people here, but I appreciate everybody that came today, especially our guest speakers, Jared McManus and Damon Galdo. Could we give them a round of applause? Two great people, so let's start this meeting. So this is the Moral Coalition. The fight for morality starts here. So your first question might be, especially if you don't know me very well, who are you? Well, I will tell you that in 1 second. My name is Anthony Bongiovanni. I'm 17 years old. I'm a 2026 high school graduate from Paula 6 High School. Billy knows that. He went to school with me. I was elected student council treasurer at my school, so I had a year on that position. I interned for Jack Chiarelli from January 2025 all the way up until November 2025 till the election. And I've also been a member of this very place, Washington Township Republican Club, since 2022. And of course, I am the founder of the Moral Coalition. Now is the time for any members, volunteers, or meeting attendees to introduce themselves. Just break the ice a little bit. Angelina?
Hi, I'm Angelina, and I'm starting Anthony with this group, and I just want everyone to start believing in God more and to get out more and help people like we're trying to do. Just make it a great community for everyone and make it a happy place again.
Good girl.
Amen.
Would anybody else like to introduce themselves today? You don't have to take too long. Just, hi, how would you? Billy? Would anybody else like to introduce themselves today?
I think Joey would.
No, I think Billy would though.
No worries.
I'll take care of Billy, Joey.
We'll move on from the slide. So another question, of course, this is one of the most important questions. What is the Moral Coalition? So the Moral Coalition is an organization founded by young members of Gen Z, like the ones you see here today. In the photo, we have Angelina, we have Joey, and we have Frankie. This was a photo at our lemonade stand that we did about a week or two ago. We'll actually get more into that into another slide. Our organization was founded on Christian values with a goal to not only retain these values, but most importantly, to spread them through wherever we go and hopefully beyond that. And I attached a really good Bible quote that I like right here. Therefore, go and make disciples of all nations, baptizing them in the name of the Father and of the Son and of the Holy Spirit, and teaching them to obey everything I've commanded you. And surely I am with you always to the very end of age. So I believe this is basically, this summarizes one of our major goals, of course, to go out and spread Christianity, spread our views, and I think that's very important, and it ties to us very deeply. So I have some statistics here. In modern day, there is a noticeable rise in immorality, especially when it comes to domestic, romantic, and sexual relationships. So as you see here, less than 47% of Americans view our population as being moral, with only near 10% of those people believing our population is very moral, and that comes from Pew Research. Half of our population believes that abortion is morally acceptable, and nearly 25% of Americans believe that polygamy is morally acceptable. And if you don't know what polygamy is, it's basically marrying multiple wives. Those both come from Galdo. But what are your foundations? Our foundations are based on our 4 core principles: faith, morality, and tradition. But wait, I bet you noticed there's only 3 principles, not 4. That is because our most important core principle is our 10 moral points. The 10 points of morality make up the specific goals and needs of our organization. They're all listed here. I'll summarize them basically. If you would like to read it, of course they're all right here. But it's basically talking about how we need to fight for morality and we need to fight against domestic abuse and just bad habits in relationships, cheating, abuse, sexual abuse and immorality in society, and how we need to basically bring back people from these immoral values that are just being normalized and bring them back to true Christian values. Now let's return to our other 3 principles, as they are also very important. Number 1 is faith. Faith is a very important aspect of the Moral Coalition. Although our group is based on Christian values, we do accept members of any faith as long as they support the core values of our group that we stand for in the United States. And we hope to spread this to much of the world, because the world was built on faith-filled people, and we're losing that today. And what are we without our legacy, our history? And that is what we need to come back to. Number 2 would be morality. The most prominent issue in society today is the loss of morality. Murder, hate, robbery, division, all these things are on the rise. I mean, most of these people, when you were born, the country was not anything like it was today. And that's just the truth. Back then, the country was a lot better. It was a lot more Christian. And you could see the effects of that, especially in politics. Just the whole country is 100% divided, left, right, and it's just filled with hate. Stopping the spread of immorality is important to our organization. Number 3 would be, of course, tradition. Moral conservatism and tradition shape the foundation of the Moral Coalition. Our organization discourages men and women from engaging with multiple romantic partners. We believe you should date someone with the intention of marrying them. Cheating, divorce, and abuse are key focuses of our platform. The growing normalcy of all 3 is a problem we will address and educate against. And that is, of course, a huge focus. And also, most importantly, what will you do as an organization? Because we could say this stuff, we could just talk about this stuff, we could say it, and that could mean absolutely nothing, because we could just go out there and do nothing and just sit on our butts. But that is not what will be happening with our organization. Our fourth and utmost priority is direct public action to bring back Christian and moral values. This includes things like participating in rallies, petition signing, making digital things such as like podcasts, hosting local fundraisers, which once again we did with the lemonade stand, very successful. We also value educational online efforts, as I said, with podcasts, things like that, blogs online, to share our beliefs to a larger audience rather than just very local. It's important as a community that we all work together to help encourage morality across our country. Teamwork makes the dream work, and hard work too. Let's take a break to hear remarks from our guest speakers. Anybody, would you like to go first, Jerry?
You're nickel, sure. All right.
Jerry's a great speaker, so
Thank you.
give it a go.
Thank you, sir. Much appreciated. Hey, Billy, guess what?
What?
You're going to find this hard to believe, but I am a graduate of Pulse 6 also. And I know, you're in shock. You're like, wasn't any time recently, though, was it there, big guy? So guess what year I graduated, Billy?
1792.
That's like a 300 years off of Christopher Columbus guy.
All the 60 years.
Pulse 6 came into existence in 1971. And you're probably too young to remember Mr. Rowan, but Mr. Rowan was the dean of students for over 40 years there. So I graduated in 1985. True story.
What?
What? Fresh, aren't you? Who's Billy's sidekick over here? Like,
My name is Andy.
oh,
He's not Andy.
something like that. But I want to say this. I really appreciate the effort that you guys are putting in, because this is a fact. When you look out in there, the whole idea of morality, and I know that a lot of times when you talk about morality, sexual immorality comes to the forethought when you think about things like that. But not only that, one of the things I wanted to point this out, and some of us over there with some gray hair in our head will be able to attest to this. Listen to this. There used to be a saying back in our day where it would settle an issue. I give you my word. We used to be able to say that to people, and the matter was settled. You didn't need a contract. You didn't need anything else. You gave somebody your word. Lying. It's funny because you quoted from Matthew's Gospel, chapter 28. I'm going to quote from John's Gospel, chapter 8. Jesus was bringing in the contrast between himself and the religious leaders who persecuted Christ at the time. And he said this. He said, "You are of your father the devil," because he was a liar from the beginning, and he abode not in the truth. And this is one of the biggest things, and sometimes one of the hardest things to do, is to be a man of your word, or a woman of your word, of course, but to actually walk in truth. And now, because Jesus Christ, if anybody's been to a Catholic funeral recently, the gospel reading is out of John's Gospel, chapter 14, verses 1 through 4. Jesus gets up and he says, "I am the way, the truth, and the life, and no man comes to the Father but by me." Think of that. The very essence of who Christ is, he goes, "I am truth." He says, "I am not true." He doesn't say that. He says, and he also does not say, "I am a truth." He says, "I am truth." So that anything that you have, any situation in life, you compare to what Christ teaches, so that you know if it's a false teaching or not. So, but this is one of the things that in the moral coalition, in addition to speaking righteous, that's actually what Moses did. It's what Christ says about both Moses and Noah, says that they were preachers of righteousness in their time. This is a great message, because now people, and I've noticed this recently, is that people, especially your generation, realizes the people that are 20 years older than them, I'm going to use a word from your generation, are cooked. They're cooked. They're cooked emotionally. They're cooked psychologically because of all the ridiculous, the situational ethics that you guys have seen out there. They're cooked. And they realize, I don't want that to be me.
Absolutely.
And that is one of the things that I find to be so encouraging, is that young people are standing up and they're saying, no, enough's enough. So please keep doing what you're doing. Keep being a preacher of righteousness in your generation, because this world, and all of us with the gray hair and whatever else, we all see it, but you're giving us hope at the same time to be able to carry the torch into your generation. So anything I can do for you, you let me know. I'll give this back.
That was very good.
Thank you, Gary. As you can see, he's a great speaker, probably even better than me. Mr. Galdo, we'll take you next if you'd like. Awesome. And just so you know, he is the candidate for New Jersey Congressional District 01, so in the elections.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
So, first of all, I want to thank Moral Coalition for inviting me here. I really appreciate it very much. I appreciate you thinking of me. And so my name is Damon Galdo. I'm the Republican nominee for Congress in New Jersey's 1st District. I'm also a husband, a father of 2, union carpenter, I'm a construction manager, but before all those titles, I'm a Christian. That comes first. So and what you're doing is amazing. This is encouraging, actually. It really is. I'm not kidding. I'm astonished by it.
Thank you.
Because we're losing this in our country. You know, they're having government replace God, pretty much. That's what I'm seeing nowadays. That's exactly what's going on with the socialists and communists that are taking over government, and they want government to be their God. But if you look at it back in the day, I was raised Catholic. I still am Catholic, and I was an altar boy, and I worked at the church. And my parents would take me to church all the time. I still go, my wife and my kids. And but you see, it's different now. I mean, if you look at the welfare state, everyone relies on government. Back in the day, I came from a tight-knit community in Philadelphia. It was Fishtown, where I grew up. If somebody had trouble, someone lost their job, or some widow lost her husband, whatever, they would take up a collection at church. And that the community took care of each other, and it was that We don't have that anymore. Now it's just government. It's like, oh, I got to file for this, file for that. No, and then you have all the social media now, so it draws people further away from each other again. More and more and more. But you guys doing this is amazing. It's great. You know, especially being at a young age. You're 17?
Yes.
That's awesome.
They're even younger, so.
They're even younger? Okay. All right. No, but it's great. Stick with it. Because you're going to have, in your life, you are going to have such a better life and meaningful life.
Amen.
If you believe in, have your faith and believe in God and go to church, it'll be so much different than anybody else. I mean, there's a lot of people out there that they want to take God out of schools. They're up in arms because they want to teach Bible in Texas now in schools and teach the Bible. I mean, that's how far away we got removed from where the Judeo-Christian values that actually started this country. I mean, our forefathers, they started this country, and it wasn't that the government gave you rights. It was your God-given right, and the government maintained it to make sure, that it went through. So we need to get back to that. That's why I think this is so important, and I really appreciate you inviting me here, because I really didn't know what it was about until I talked to Frank back there. So he kind of informed me about it, and so I had to Uber him over here, pick him up. But this is really great. Thank you very much. I appreciate it, and keep up the good work, because what you're doing is important. Because one quote is my favorite quote. It's from Edmund Burke. The only thing necessary for the triumph of evil is for good men to do nothing. And that's women too, but that was just a quote. But thank you very much for inviting me today. I really appreciate it very much.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. And can we get one more round of applause for both of our speakers today? Awesome. Thank you so much for that. So more about the goals of our organization. The goal of our organization is not to divide people, it's not to spread hate, and it's definitely not to spread mistrust. In a perfect world, we would want everybody to return back to traditional Christian values and remain, of course, romantically and sexually moral. However, it's not a perfect world, and we sometimes just have to accept that. The world is not perfect, but it is forgivable. The Moral Coalition aims to educate people in need of help and discourage those committing immoral actions. Our goal is to truly make the world a better place, not just by saying we will, but by actually truly taking action. And of course, peace in our actions is key. The Moral Coalition does not support violence, harassment, threats, intimidation. This is just, of course, something we have to include to, make sure. Our work is based on peaceful advocacy, education, public action, and moral reform. Awesome. And finally, here's why you should support us. We have many young members ready to inspire the new generation of voters. Here are some of our great members. So right here we have William Finkbeiner. He's right there in the audience for us. Frank and Thomas were not able to make it, and Engels, he said he was going to be here, so he might show up at some point, but if not, but these are all great members of our organization. They especially helped out the lemonade stand, which is very appreciated. We will fight for Christian values in society, and our action is already making a difference. So here's the slide about our lemonade stand that I was talking about. We did that for 2 days on the weekend. It was about 90-degree heat, maybe a little more than that. But we were out there for 6 hours each day, and here's some great photos from it. Once again, you have Angelina right there, Thomas, and then you have Billy and Joey. And we did actually raise over $500, $508 to be exact. But more than the money, it was great seeing all the people coming out from our own organization and from our patrons who bought our very delicious lemonade. One thing that especially stood out to me is number one, there was many families with groups of kids that were coming over and buying lemonade, taking flyers and reading our banner. And I think that's very important so they could see a look at our organization and hopefully maybe one day learn more about it. And when they're older, you never know, maybe join up. And one most important thing that I did saw is they They didn't even get lemonade. They came by, they didn't even give us a name, and they just gave us $100, which was absolutely shocking. So that does give me, and hopefully all of you, a little more hope that there are still people who support good things in this world.
I can't think.
And of course, we do have great ways to support us. These include, of course, joining our organization as a member, inviting a friend or a family member or multiple to become a member. If you can't commit to becoming a member, that's completely fine. We do just welcome people to volunteer and attend our events. And of course, donating by cash or to our GoFundMe, not required at all. And following us on social media is also very helpful. Faith, morality, tradition, and action. The fight for morality starts here. So now I'd like to open it up to any questions. Of course, I will answer them if anybody has any.
How do you join? Do you have a website?
So yeah, we have a website. It's themoralcoalition.org. There's going to be a join us button right in the top right corner. You just fill out a small application and we review it and accept you from there. But of course, 100% not required. You're absolutely just welcome to volunteer or attend our events without becoming a formal member.
What's that website again?
Themoralcoalition.org.
And I have another question too. You mentioned podcasts earlier. I know the America's Pulse Network, and my podcast is Jersey Shore, as you already, but there's multiple podcasters that are under that network. If you guys are ever interested,
I would really appreciate that. Yeah, that would actually be amazing. Thank you so much for that offer. Yeah, that is our plan to hopefully start a podcast session one day, and that would be our plan to spread that, because that's these days, especially with the younger generations, the podcasts are what they see, the podcasts are what they look at, not the old-fashioned, not as much TV ads anymore. It's not going to be any newspaper ads anymore. It's the podcast. That's where they're looking. The Joe Rogan podcast, all those podcasts. You see, especially back to the 2024 election, Kamala Harris was on podcasts, especially Donald Trump was on podcasts. It's just a new thing nowadays. So that's what we definitely hope to expand our organization to. Any more questions today?
So what do you do with the money that you get from fundraising?
Yeah, of course. So we actually have, of course, after the lemonade stand, we have about, I believe, $500 in our account still. We spent our first $350 on a bunch of materials and supplies, which are actually in the back there. So what we did is first of all, we have a banner which will be right behind you on that wall there. I designed everything myself. We have 500 flyers, 500 stickers, 100 brochures, and 200 business cards. We actually got extra from the site. So, so that is what we have done with the money so far. And of course, we also used some money for the lemonade stand, which turned out very successful. Right now, we're just saving the money, for any future events. That way, we use it smartly and not just waste it on anything that won't be important. So that's also definitely important to us, just keeping the money that we get, because every penny is very grateful.
So tell them about when you're going to go to rowing, right? You're
Yep.
going to join different organizations in rowing to help continue this. It ain't just you're going to meet at the Republican Club once a month. Tell them how you're going to expand this. Ooh.
Yeah, that's my dad right there, if you know. Yeah, so I'm going to Rowan University next year. I'm going to be studying political science as my major. Also might do a minor in international studies. Let's see how that goes. But the main point of that is, at Rowan, I'm planning on joining the Rowan Republican Club and also the Catholic organization at Rowan. So I am hoping to use both of those organizations to, of course, just participate, but also hopefully attract new members, promote the group, and just spread our message as much as possible anywhere that I can.
Love it.
I think that would be a great idea.
Absolutely.
I think it's awesome for you for this time to be going to a college like that that has a lot of things to offer and
Yes.
talk about attracting your generation, to be at that college. There's so much there, and I think a lot of students will be interested, and it will grow. I have faith in this.
Thank you.
I'm
I
behind
really
you
appreciate that.
110%.
Seriously.
Anything I can do, I'll be right there for you.
Thank you so much.
I
Yeah.
can't wait to show up. It's my office is like between here and there.
Okay.
So I'll just stop in there, grab a slice of pizza.
Yeah. We'd always love to have you.
Shop right over
Yeah.
Yeah, you know what Citizens Bank is? It's the red building next to it.
I didn't know you kept it on.
What's our next event?
I had no idea.
Yeah.
That's what I was actually planning on. I mean, there's sadly not enough people. I was planning on working on that with some of the members today, but Joey, you have a question?
No, someone just said they're coming.
Who?
I don't know.
Okay, well, it's a little.
I know.
Yeah. Angles? Okay.
I just stop him from coming because by the time he gets here,
Yeah.
it's going to be over. And next time, have pizza. So,
Do I have any more?
This is his first shot at this, so he's learned.
Is this your first meeting?
This is the first meeting they've
Yeah.
ever had.
They ever
Period.
had.
Steve
Period.
Blackville.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah, this is the
Oh,
first.
It's funny
So.
that they're talking about pizza because I said when you're advertising for it, when you wanted more people to show up, if you don't have the funds right now for pizza, I don't know, because I know pizza's not expensive, right? And that might not be an issue. So you didn't even have to have pizza, but if you put free, there you go, light refreshments, you would have a lot of people that come.
And
I've been there order. Right on.
See?
I'll get my wife to bake also.
Oh,
For the uninitiated, my wife is quite the baker.
My cookies are awesome.
Anything free,
Yeah,
free, and people are like,
free.
oh, yeah.
Yeah.
I'll stop by.
Yeah.
They're not expecting a meal.
Hey, Joey.
Yeah.
And that was it.
You're gonna give away Joey. I'm sure somebody will.
No.
All right.
Any more questions?
I don't think so.
Awesome. So I do have one more slide, and then if it's okay, I just wanted to show you our promotional video if you have not seen it yet. If anybody would like to scan these real quick, this one's going to be straight to our website if it makes it easier for you, and this one's going to be straight to our GoFundMe. So I'll just leave these up for a few seconds, and if you come up with any more questions, feel free to ask. Would anybody else like to scan before I go on?
I got it, I think.
Perfect.
I know how to get to it.
So this video we made actually back in January, so it's a little old, but I think it still gives a good idea of our message. This is actually when we first founded our organization.
No.
It's just gonna be this video right here.
No.
Joey,
No.
Joey's embarrassed.
Kids
by
got
this.
prepared.
I'm going through that. Anthony, I'm going through that.
Well, I could use it. Straight. What do you think?
I'm Joey.
Joey did good in it. It's alright. Hopefully there's enough volume for this. Let me test it.
Hello, and thank you for your support. We are the Moral Coalition, a Christian group advocating for Christian values and romantic decency, and we're grateful to have you with us.
The Moral Coalition is a group of people that fight for you. We fight for a better world, we fight for Christian values, and we fight for romantic decency.
In society, infidelity and lust is rampant. We will bring you back true moral values. Our organization fights for truth and real Christian values.
It is time now to stand up for your values. This group is for anyone, for young to adult.
Society needs to be brought back to real values, and that is what we plan to do. This is worth fighting for.
We are the Moral Coalition.
We are the Moral Coalition. We are the Moral Coalition.
We are the Moral Coalition.
We are the Moral Coalition.
We are the Moral Coalition.
We hope you will give us your support as we embark on this mission.
Any donations to our coalition will be used to fund our website and to purchase any advertisements for our group.
And with these donations that you give us, we will use them to help make ourselves known and also spread more out to all of America.
We thank you for any donations that will support our coalition. Please help us on reaching our goal of $1,000 on GoFundMe.
Good video. Nah.
Okay.
Awesome. And before we wrap this meeting up today, any more questions? Any last questions? Awesome. Well, I want to thank everybody for attending today. Thank you for your time. And enjoy yourself. I hope everybody here has a great day. And once again, thank you for your support. And can we get one more round of applause for our guest speakers today?
You're no.
My sister wants to say something real quick.
Get up.
Thank you.
Can we have a round of applause, my brother? We put this entire thing together.
Yeah.
Good job, Anthony.
Thank you.
Yeah. Oh. Meeting is adjourned. I'm telling Joey.
Thank you, everyone.
Yeah. This one's for New Jersey. For every working family that's had enough. Name's Damon Galdo. And I'm just getting started. Job site dust to the streets of the shore. Steel-toed boots, yeah, I know what I'm working for. Middle class hurting, every bill going up. While suits in D.C. say, man, just trust us. I'm a builder by trade, put my sweat in the ground. Now I'm building up hope for my hometown. Jersey's my home, blue-collar soul. I don't make excuses, I get it done, that's all I know. I felt the pressure, I've lived that grind, trying to give your kids a better life. I won't forget where I came from, man, cause I'm built by work. I'm built by working hands, fighting for working families. Not a career man who forgot what hard work means. They talk real big, but nothing ever changes. While Jersey keeps drowning in the same old pain, I'll build a future strong for our kids in this land. I'm Damon Galdo, built by working hands. Yeah. Donald Norcross been there year after year. Same old story while the struggle's still here. Claims he's for workers, but look around town. Rent sky high, grocery bills breaking us down. Where's the relief for the middle class grind? Cause all I see is folks falling behind. I ain't got decades in some DC chair. I got skin in the game, cause my family's here. Time, they had their shot. And tell me, Jersey, what have we got? It's time for change, time for a stand, time for a work, and not another plan. Not another plan, not another plan. Yeah! I'm built by working hands, fighting for working families. Not some suit who sold you fantasy. We waited long enough, it's time to demand a future built by honest hands. For Jersey strong, for this great land. I'm Damon Galdo, built by working hands. Yeah, this ain't left, this ain't right. This is fight for what's right. For every mom working double shifts, every dad praying they don't miss. I'm running for my kids, running for yours, for a state that deserves so much more. Not talk, that's the plan. Let's build it back with a working man. For our children's dreams, for a better way. I'll fight for Jersey every day. No empty words, I'll take the stand. Cause I'm built by work. Yeah, I'm built by working hands, fighting for working families. While the old guard keeps playing the same old game. But we're done with waiting, done with excuses. It's time for a man who knows how to do this. I'm built a future strong for our kids in this land. I'm Damon Galdo, built by working hands. New Jersey 1st District. If you're tired of the talk and ready for work, walk with me. Galdo, Galdo. Galdo, Galdo. Galdo, Galdo. Make the crowd chant with no music.
Hammer subscribers and viewers. Tonight's episode of APN's Jersey Shore podcast will not be streaming. Our scheduled host, Damon the Hammer Galdo, is a nominee for New Jersey Congress and is currently speaking at a New Jersey GOP event. Thank you for your understanding, and you for being a loyal subscriber and viewer. APN's Jersey Shore podcast will air this Friday at 8 p.m. Eastern Time.